Our telephone number, open lines as always, 248-539-9797. And that is the ticket text as well. Coming up on the program, we will decide who is the greatest number 16 in Detroit/Michigan sports history. And I'm telling you, I left here yesterday. I said, yeah, this is, I know pretty much.
In half a mile, turn right onto Foxwood Drive.
Really qualified fans. It's going to be interesting to see who we decide who's for.
Yeah, this would be a good.
Yes, it should be. Also on the program, figure out what's the most overrated play in Michigan sports history. But we'll start a little bit with, the fact that these games are being played, not just in baseball, but, there are NBA's finishing or coming close to finishing the regular season. I don't think they're not going to play 82 games, but they're going to play a few more, and then their playoffs will start. And the NHL qualifying round, while the other ones are doing round robin for seeding, that's going on right now. And that's another thing about getting home 12:30. There's playoff hockey games on in the middle of the week. It's so cool. I gotta admit, I haven't watched a lot of it, but what I have seen has been pretty good. Last night, Columbus beat the Leafs in overtime 4-3, so they lead that series 2-1. If the Leafs lose that series, they're going to get the number one pick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because, that's fixed. The Flames beat the Jets last night, so they win that series. Goodbye, Winnipeg. Calgary advances, and Vancouver beat Minnesota. They lead that series 2-1, and Pittsburgh Penguins can get a win in Montreal tonight.
So who would they fix it for first, the NHL lottery? The Maple Leafs, the Rangers, and the Penguins? Because that potentially could revive the Penguins back into a few-year dynasty in the late years of Crosby.
Well, you would figure, I guess if Pittsburgh comes back and wins a series, everybody says the fix would be in for Montreal because Lafreniere's from there.
Yeah, but the NHL doesn't. They don't care about the Canadian teams. I'm sorry, they really don't.
Oh, you mentioned Toronto.
You did. And I said, yeah, I could see that. But then I started thinking about it there, and the Rangers, obviously, because of New York. But then Pittsburgh, there's a belief out there, I don't believe it, that it was fixed for Crosby after the lockout.
Right. But why Pittsburgh?
The whole Lemieux thing, and it's a franchise that people like. They'd already had, didn't they already draft Fleury and Malkin? I think at least Fleury. One of them was before.
One of them was before Crosby.
Yeah.
It might have been Malkin. I don't remember. But it's so weird watching these games, and especially in the middle of the day. So with no fans, stands, and we don't get to go to Camargo Park, we miss certain things about the game. And I was sitting there thinking last night, there are foods that you eat at events that you don't eat anywhere else. Now, there's some people that the only time they eat hot dogs are baseball. Let me ask you this, Heather, because you go to Tiger games a lot. When was the last time you had a bag of shelled peanuts?
Oh, gosh.
It wasn't in the baseball.
Never. I've never even had them at baseball games.
Well, okay, but it's like...
You're asking the wrong girl. I eat the most generic food, and it's not peanuts.
I think peanuts are kind of generic. But anyway,
They are.
When you walk into, Five Guys and they have that's the only time I'd ever have peanuts. Barrel of Five Guys,
Yeah.
besides at a Tiger game.
Well, yeah, and the place we go to sometimes, Texas Roadhouse, has them.
Yeah.
And I think that's all gone right now because it's a shared.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. When was the last time you had like a big flamingo or whatever fruity drink, or whatever they have those big fruit.
That's true.
Those big pina coladas or whatever the hell
Yeah.
that daiquiris. At a baseball game.
The peanuts is a real good one. I have an easy one that I only eat. It's Italian sausage with peppers and onions.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
I never eat, unless my brother-in-law occasionally, but we don't go over there like we used to, That's primarily where I eat that. That's
right. But there are foods, there are some, everybody likes pizza, but, because of Little Caesars, a lot of people, at hockey games particularly will have pizza.
We do that a lot. It's actually the best bargain you can get.
I know. And the pizza, with all due respect to the franchisees, the pizza, especially it was at Joe Louis Arena. I don't know. I haven't had any at Little Caesars. I haven't had Little Caesars Arena pizza except in the press room. But the pizza at the arena is better than they are at the outlets.
Yeah, I don't get it. I've always said that the Little Caesars is way better at stadiums. And the same thing, we went to the Michigan Nebraska game on senior night. It's the last sporting event I went to.
advertise. They try to drool you in. It's like, oh, it's so good here. You have to go when you go home. Go to one of those places. I was just thinking, there are a lot. I don't know. When was the last time you had? Well, I would if I had kids, but cotton candy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You're gonna have cotton candy at a sporting event, and maybe at a fair. But
Yeah.
you're not gonna buy, the bags of cotton candy they even sell them in supermarkets. Still, I have no idea. You're not gonna have cotton candy at home.
I haven't seen it anywhere, so I mean, maybe like a party store type place where you get like, birthday supplies and things like that. Maybe they have it at a place like that, but I don't know where you would get it.
And I know there's some people who are not big drinkers. That the only time they have beer is at these places.
Yeah.
Just little things I was thinking of. Our telephone number 248-539-9797. Heather has news next.
Yep, and if you haven't already, I'm going to tell you why it's time to get your kids to wearing a mask.
I'm here to tell you about Capital Mortgage Funding. Excuse me, I'm out of order. That's okay. I'll just do Capital. Go ahead, get on the mic. Do the D? All right, whatever. So, all right, Capital got 3 extra sentences. My bad. Anyway, everything you need when you go to Las Vegas is at the D. It's a great place. Just book a room today, thed.com. High energy. They have all the safety precautions. Hold on a second. I'm about to sneeze. This is one of the great live reads of all time. Oh, wow. No, I don't have to sneeze. Anyway.
That's the worst feeling.
Oh, I know. About to go.
Just don't sneeze at the D.
It's right. Don't sneeze in public. Try not to sneeze in public unless you're wearing a mask. Then you better go home and watch that mask.
So our first baseball practice this year, I sneezed, but I had to turn away and run from the kids.
Anyway, I digress. If you want to golf, the D has the place for it. Well, you can sit there and tell them where you want to golf, and they'll get you the tee time. Great food. Joe Bacardi's Andiamo Italian Steakhouse is right there, along with American Coney Island. Look, a long bar, great place to hang out. Derek Stevens is there. Derek was a big fan of Jamie's and sent his condolences, all the people at the D as well. So, want to go to Vegas? Rooms are great rates. Book a room today, thed.com, your home for Detroit sports in Las Vegas. 97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by 7-Eleven. Coming up this weekend in Southfield, Telegraph southbound at M10696. A double right lane closure is scheduled for weekend road work 8 tonight until noon on Sunday. The southbound Telegraph entrance and exits at M10 will be closed as well. You thirst for something? Get a 49-cent Big Gulp drink or $1 any size coffee with 7 rewards at 7-Eleven. Is that what you want? They know. They might know you better than you know yourself. 7-Eleven, always open. Offer good through September 1st at participating U.S. 7-Eleven stores. See app for terms. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Jordan Main here from Main Financial Group Wealth Management with today's Main Money Minute. Losing your job, being laid off, or forced into an early retirement is hard enough. We've all been there, especially in this area. But I cannot stress enough that you shouldn't leave your retirement account behind with your former employer. You could be costing yourself tons of money in hidden fees, overexposure to the market, and costs of doing nothing. I've created a special report on strategies to avoid 401k rollover mistakes. Simply go to mfg401k.com today. That's mfg401k.com that gets us valuable information. There's absolutely no obligation for this report. Thank you and stay safe, Michigan.
Investment advisory services offered through Gradient Advisors, LLC, 877-885-0508, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance products and services are offered through Main Financial Group. Main Financial Group and Gradient Advisors, LLC are separate entities.
I filled this pickup at BP with Amoco Ultimate. We'll go up to 25 miles further per tank on the highway than with regular fuel.
Up to 25 miles?
Yep, we're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it.
I just said.
We're gonna make it!
Drive up to 25 miles further per tank with Amoco Ultimate with Invigorate. Available at BP and Amoco stations. Based on median difference between 93 octane Amoco Ultimate and 87 octane minimum detergent E10 fuels and late model full-size half-ton pickup trucks using EPA highway driving cycle. Assumes 100% of fuel and tank will be used. Results will vary based on what you drive, how you drive, and other factors.
Did you start 2020 with the goal of buying or selling a home? Hi, I'm Mark Z with eXp Realty. While the current situation has halted many things in your life, achieving that goal does not have to be one of them. The real estate market here in Metro Detroit is on fire. If you're looking to get your home sold, call me, Mark Z, today and start packing.
turkey and can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet. Did you just...
No,
I'm pretty sure I heard a...
it was my dryer.
You might want to get that thing checked out.
Have a change of heart. Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference. Like marking safe distances with floor tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I like a bed that's really firm.
I need something a little softer than that.
Rest easy. With the Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed, you can both adjust your comfort with your Sleep Number setting.
Can it really help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
Okay, but can it help keep us asleep?
It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you effortlessly comfortable. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. It's the final days to save up to $500 on select Sleep Number 360 Smart Beds, plus special financing on all smart beds. Ends Wednesday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
It's all about the Tullymore Resort this week, and right now, buy any Tullymore twosome or Sunday Sizzler package at LessonOnGolf.com. I'll throw in a dozen new Bridgestone Tour balls, only at LessonOnGolf.com. Lesson on Golf, Sunday 8 a.m., 97.1, The Ticket.
Do you have an opinion? Of course you do. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 or Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, the home of Detroit sports in Vegas.
Text the ticket using the same number you used to call the ticket. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
Starting at 515 East 4th Street.
All right, it is news time. Here's Heather. What's up?
Turn right onto
You
Woodward Avenue.
guys, children and staff at daycares and camps will now have to wear masks. This is all part of Governor Whitmer's expanded mask mandate. So, starting on Monday, kids over the age of 2 will be required to wear a mask on school buses and other public transportation. Kids above the age of 4 will need to wear a mask in all indoor common spaces, and she is strongly encouraging wearing a mask when indoors for any children over the age of 2. And then at camps, all staff and kids above the age of 12 must wear masks in cabins, classrooms, or other indoor settings.
Look, I know people are upset. I mean, their kids, are going to, fiddle and fidget with the mask, and it's not going to be easy.
Gosh, no.
But, I don't see what the choices are because, yesterday the numbers were really bad, weren't they, as far as cases?
Well, I'll get to that next.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I mean,
I was just gonna say, our 10-year-old, he fiddled for about the first couple days when we would go somewhere.
Right.
Anna she's 9 now, just turned 9. She would do it a little bit longer. Sam, he plays with it all the time. He's 6, so it's just like.
I'm like, over the age of 2, so you're going to have a 3-year-old. I get it. I understand why she is doing this. I completely do, and I think it's great if kids can do it, but I honestly cannot see 3-year-olds wearing these for long periods of time.
I don't either.
I just can't. I mean, I've been around kids a lot, and I taught kids for a while, and I think kids want to do things that adults are doing. So I see kids when I go out to grocery stores or run around, they're all wearing them, and now they can, pick out a mask that they, maybe the mom can make one out of fabric that, they're into something, then they can wear a cool looking mask.
It's a new industry.
But it doesn't stay on very long, and it does get, I'm surprised by the age of a 3-year-old. It seems very young, but anyway, that is part of the new mask mandate. If you're in phase 5, which there are a few places in upper northern Michigan and the upper peninsula, this is not required once we're in phase 5. I don't know how this is going to be mandated or enforced, I guess, but they do say violations of the order will be treated as a misdemeanor and enforced by the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs.
I can't imagine the kindergarten what that class is going to be like.
Yeah. It's harder for me to understand a daycare with 3 or 4 year olds for sure. Okay, so you brought up the cases in Michigan. So Michigan added 26 deaths from coronavirus on Thursday and recorded 722 new cases. Now, of those deaths, 17 were backlogged. So they all didn't occur on Thursday, but either way, they are deaths. I mean, whether they happened on Thursday or they happened on Tuesday, they are still deaths. Over the past 7 days, the state added 60 deaths due to the virus, and of those infected, the statewide fatality rate has dropped from 9.5%, which was back in June, to 7.3% in August. So that is good news.
That is good news.
I mean, basically,
fatality rate is dropping.
with the backlog, you take the 17 away from the 26, you still have single-digit death.
Right.
That's been the common thing over the last about 10 days or so, and you're still floating somewhere between 400 and 800 cases per day.
You see what's going on in Ohio? I mean, first of all, the governor just tested positive, right?
Yeah, well, actually, he tested negative.
Oh, he tested
I'll get to that.
Okay.
Let's go right to that
Stop
story
stealing
now. So,
thunder.
yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Every story. It's okay, Stoney. It's great. So, the governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine, tested positive, like you said, for COVID, and then he tested negative.
Okay,
so, his
good.
first results came in right ahead of this planned meeting with the president, okay? So, he took a test, came back positive, couldn't meet with the president, so he said, you know what, I don't have any symptoms, but I'm going to go home and I'm going to quarantine for 14 days. But then, later that evening, he took a second test, and that came back negative. He took another test that same night, and again, it came back negative. So it actually sounds like the first test he took differed from the second test he took. There were two different types of tests. The first one was one of those rapid tests, and the second one was something called PCR, which I guess is more sensitive and more accurate. So it sounds like he doesn't have it. He says he is going to take another test on Saturday just to be sure.
He had the Matthew Stafford false positive.
Yes.
Right. I mean, it's
Exactly.
it's crazy. The testing is just, especially now that you're still getting it. I mean, back when this first started, I wasn't so alarmed by that. They were making tests on as quickly as they could. You're bound to have problems, but that they're still having problems now, man. It's so.
It's frustrating. I feel like it should not be happening. And there's another person speaking out about a problem she had with her test, and that's Alyssa Milano, who we were just talking about yesterday. She actually took a test. Well, she says she went on Instagram and posted this post. She said that she was sicker than she'd ever been. This was back in April. She lost her sense of smell. She said she couldn't breathe well. She couldn't keep any food down. She lost a lot of weight. She had a fever, a headache. Took a test later, came back negative. No COVID. She went and had the antibody test. That came back negative. However, she said for 4 months, she suffered these kind of lingering effects. She had vertigo, shortness of breath. She had short-term memory loss. And she said she went and had another antibody test, and that came back positive. So perhaps she did have coronavirus after all.
Well, she was sick because she knew she had to work with Tony Danzig.
It's amazing though that so somebody like her back then even you would think would be able to get a more reliable test. It's wild, her story. She was actually on CNN last night with Anderson Cooper, and she's like, this is the craziest thing I've ever been through. There's nothing even comparable to it.
Wow.
She's been exposed to a lot of things through her acting and stuff, and she just said it was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, she said that she thought she was dying.
Did you see the
So
photo
bad.
with the
the breathing mask on.
Wow.
I mean, everybody obviously has different symptoms. Some people don't have any at all, but other people do have it very, very bad.
So I guess based off of yesterday's show, she wasn't looking hot.
Well, last night she was looking hot.
Oh, good.
In the
I
photo,
remember the photo with the breathing thing.
I mean, she still looked pretty good.
I mean, yesterday I
As good as
said
you can look.
she was my TV crush, and I'm the same age as her, so it's allowed.
Yes.
Yeah, it is allowed. That is definitely allowed. Okay, you guys, do you remember that man with the sword who was actually killed by police after he kind of charged the police? He threw a dagger at one of them and hit him right below the eye.
Dagger.
Well, it turns out that he actually was arrested weeks earlier as a barricaded gunman and was sent to the hospital for medical health treatment. The problem is that he was actually released the very next day. So he was taken to the hospital on the 4th of July. I guess he was pointing a gun at a neighbor before he barricaded himself in a house. And now Police Chief James Craig is basically saying, hey, At that time, our officers tried to get him help, tried to get him treatment, but James Craig doesn't even think he received any when he was taken to the hospital, and kind of is saying, hey, this is a huge problem. We need to figure something out, because there's a lot of people, and he said most situations with barricaded gunmen or barricaded suspects in general are suffering from mental health and mental health illnesses.
Yeah.
And he said the whole thing could have been prevented, and he says it's indicative of a broken system.
That's horrible. I mean,
It really
he should have
is.
been out
No, he should have
after the one incident.
Right, he should have received the treatment that he needed, and it's a shame that he didn't.
I mean, don't you think, like most violent crimes that aren't in the heat of the moment, there's some sort of mental illness going on? Like, besides somebody just snapping and not even thinking what they're doing before they do it?
Well, there are people who have premeditated reasons in their mind, but that's not a mental health thing. But yeah, you're right. There are tons of them. Man. A lot of them are mental health.
Definitely. You guys, Krispy Kreme is offering a sweet treat for teachers next week. So from August 10th to the 14th, Krispy Kreme is saying thank you to all teachers with their Educator Appreciation Week. So if you have a teacher's badge from any school, you can go take your badge, you can get a free donut and a regular sized coffee.
Good for them. Teachers should be rewarded.
Gear up for a very, very interesting and tough school year.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Oh, you have one more?
You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
I do, but I'll save it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, the first poll came out for college football. So if they are playing, where's Michigan ranked? We'll play the little over-under game for the Wolverines, 97-1 the team.
Hello, Detroit. Do you have more people and more devices using the internet in your home? Switch to WOW Superfast Internet 100 for $39.99 per month. And for a stronger signal, add whole home Wi-Fi for $9.99 per month. Offer details at wowway.com.
Wow. At Huntington, we're for people. The underdogs. The pioneers. The players. The slow and steadies. We're for people at Huntington. For who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money. But that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it because we're for people. Huntington, welcome. Member FDIC.
Our first witness this morning is Butch.
When the fight broke out, I got stabbed in the back, and I pulled my knife and hit him. That was the first person I ever killed.
Butch Crouch was a Hells Angel who murdered people and then rolled over and became a government witness.
He was giving up details of this crime. Only somebody that was there would have known about it.
In his right hand, he had an automatic handgun and blood over his chest.
What exactly happened here? 2 people were murdered. The house was set on fire. Because of Crouch, I've been hiding in the witness protection program for most of my life. But I'm done hiding. From C13 Originals, a division of Cadence 13, welcome to Relative Unknown, a new podcast about the stories and family we can't escape. Download Relative Unknown for free now on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your shows.
What's hot for business this week at Staples?
Small prices, big savings.
Help your business go big with everything you need at amazing prices.
From office essentials like paper and ink to health essentials like masks and hand sanitizer.
This week at Staples, 8-ounce hand sanitizer is just 2 for $5.
Shop in-store, pick up curbside, or get free delivery.
Save big this week at Staples.
Ends 8/8/20 while supplies last. Limits vary online. Curbside available in most stores. Free delivery, limited time only. See staples.com for details.
Now that we're getting back on the road, the stops we make seem more special than before. Stop to see a friend. Stop at your favorite store. Stop at the places you missed most. And to keep you going between those stops, there's Shell. Stopping to fill up with our best fuel ever. Save with the Fuel Rewards program. And to get snacks and essentials that can save you even more at the pump. That's just a few of the ways Shell helps you make the most of the stop you need to make. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents Doug.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual customizes
customized quote at libertymutual.com.
I like a bed that's really firm.
I need something a little softer than that.
Rest easy. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed can both adjust your comfort with your Sleep Number setting.
Can it really help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
Okay, but can it help keep us asleep?
It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you effortlessly comfortable. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. It's the final days to save up to $500 on select Sleep Number 360 smart beds, plus special financing on all smart beds. Ends Wednesday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Picaro of National Benefit Plan. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
In 500 feet, keep right.
97.1 The
Then turn
Ticket.
left onto West 4th Street.
Hey, Big Ten football practice officially starts today. How do you like that? Think that's going to happen? I don't know. I mean, it's going to happen today. Do we really think the season's going to happen? I don't know. Louisville,
At the stop
obviously
sign,
not a Big
turn
Ten, but
left
they had
onto
to
West 4th
quarantine
Street.
because they had some guys who decided to go to an off-campus party. You know, hopefully they'll be able to do it right in the Big Ten schools, but I'm not very confident. But at least they are practicing today, and the coaches poll
Quarters of a mile.
came
Turn
out
left onto
yesterday.
Knowles Street.
And Clemson with Trevor Lawrence, number 1 in the country, followed by the Buckeyes, Justin Fields. Then the SEC takes over. Alabama, Georgia, LSU, then Oklahoma, Penn State 7th, Florida 8th, Oregon 9th, Notre Dame 10th, and also in the Big Ten, Wisconsin 12, Michigan is 15th. I don't believe Michigan State. Season last year, new coach. Not much of an off season to get ready for. I don't expect
In half a
big things
mile,
with Spartans.
turn left onto Knowles Street.
248-539-9797. Just curious what you feel about, Michigan's ranking 15th. I think that's fair. I think Wolverines, look, in college football, if it's not the quarterback, one person usually does not make that much of a difference. But the Wolverines got a break the last few days where especially when the schedule came out, their first 3 games, arguably their opponent's best players have opted out. Micah Parsons, we knew about at Penn State. The wide receiver was Bateman, I believe is his last name, in Minnesota. He's gone. And yesterday, Rondell Moore, one of the most exciting players and best players in the Big Ten from Purdue, he said he's not playing this year. So Michigan catches a break there. We have no idea if any of their players are going to opt out yet. As of now, no. So you got to think when you look at that Michigan schedule, obviously Ohio State, maybe at Minnesota is a little easier now, but they still have their really good quarterback coming back. They still have Wisconsin, who's good, but that's a home game, correct?
Yeah.
So I think Michigan will be, 10 games? They'll probably win 8 games, and that's what the over-under is, right?
That's what we're going to set it at right now. I haven't seen it officially yet. I'm not sure if they put those out because we literally just got the schedule. So I'm sure Vegas is, still reviewing everything. They don't want to. I don't know if you can get a line yet on the Purdue game. I haven't heard of one.
No, me neither.
I'm sure that stuff's coming shortly. But, I think you would think they would lose to Ohio State on the road especially, and that they would lose another game because you have absolutely no clue what they have at quarterback.
Exactly.
And there's some question at running back, too. I think they've got great receivers, potentially.
Yes.
So, we'll see. I mean, so you're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Or you can go down to MGM now.
I tried.
Yeah. So,
Turn left onto
if
Knowles
you're
Street.
going to,
Then
let's say
turn
it's
right.
8, the over-under. Are you going, if you got to bet, which way you going?
If I have to bet, I'd go over. But I guess a
Turn
push
right.
you lose, so I may let me change. Because I figured maybe 8.5 would be a better line.
Arrived.
Yeah, if I, you know what?
To me, it seems, I would think it would be crazy to put them at 8.5. To me, that would just be tons of action on the under.
Yeah. But 8, I'm not going to go over 8 because I think 8's going to be the number.
Right.
I think you picked the number.
Well,
leave here, go work for a better GM. You're a good line maker.
I mean, to me, that's what it's going to be. Because you make it's impossible to kind of figure out, and it's a 50-50.
Right.
That I think at that point, I would go under with everything going on.
Yeah.
Now, with the players missing the first 3 games, the opponents, big name players, that's better odds that maybe they could start 3-0. But with everything going on, and they'll screw up and lose a home game to one of those big teams. I mean, Penn State's ranked 7.
Yeah, but that was before Parsons too. So
right.
Who knows? I don't know. You say they're going to lose a home game. They don't lose home games except to Ohio State, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of the last one.
Well, Greg, when was the last time they lost a home game to somebody else? It was big.
Oh, gosh, probably when it rained in Michigan State.
Yes, that'd probably be the last one. I was going to say trouble to snap, and then I forgot D'Antonio owned Michigan and Ann Arbor.
Tough bet.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think States will be set at? I look
4.
Yeah, 4.5, 5,
yeah.
maybe. And I think